What life is all about. Life is not easy. I recently bought a new pair of shoes, wore them out in the rain, and stepped in some mud. Now they're wrecked, and I'm angry, but then I took a step back, not literally, of course, but I really thought about it, and I came to the conclusion that nothing in life really matters. This is why. 4.5 billion years ago, the Earth was made. One day, people came to be, and we became aware. We thought this world was just right for us. It wasn't as hot as hell. It wasn't freezing. We don't belong to either side. The Earth had the right amount of gravity. It gave us the ability to move, run, and catch animals that were there for us to eat. You could drink water. It was possible to breathe. It's as if we were meant to be here. We began making stuff. As a species, we started to work together to build empires, spread out across the world, and fight each other for whatever reason. After a few million years, we got to where we are now. Everything from computers to rockets to Elon Musk is here. We have also, in a way, made something out of nothing at some point. We call it time. We've talked about what time it is. Minutes, hours, days, and years, but it really doesn't matter. We made those to use ourselves. Time is just a way to keep track of how fast things happen. But we're the only ones who really set up these units of time. The time it takes the Earth to spin around once is a day. The Moon takes about a month to go around the Earth and spin around once. It takes the Earth a year to go around the Sun once. During this trip called life, the Earth goes around the Sun about 78 times. No matter how beautiful that sounds, it doesn't mean much once we get past a human lifetime. Yes, we can figure out how long 1,000 or 10,000 years are. But after that, the lengths of time are just too big for us to understand. Even if you think you know how long the world has been around, 13.8 billion years, you can't really picture it. In terms of human life, the world is so old that it's hard to believe. But in terms of how long the universe has been around, not much has happened yet. It hasn't even begun yet. We can guess what will happen in the world over the next hundreds of trillions of years. We can figure out when and how our sun will explode. We can figure out when our galaxy will run into another one. We can come up with ideas about why the universe we live in is growing faster than anything else that could be physically possible. But we have no idea what happened in the fraction of a second between when there was nothing and when there was something. So far as we know, we are the only ones who have ever been aware of their surroundings. We don't even know what it means to be aware. We became aware only so that we could realize that nothing else was. We've become so aware of what's going on around us that the better we get, the smaller we feel. We start to understand things as this thing we call time goes on. Things that show the world weren't probably made just for us. Most likely, you were born in a hospital. But if you've done well to get this far. Back then, for a short time, you were your parents' whole world, which is cute. But you are not all there is. Every day, 360,000 babies are born. Some of the people who share the same birthday will do big things and change the world. Some people are just going to die. That just takes place. Earth is the only planet, though. There are 8 or 9 of these in our solar system. For now, it's hard to believe that there might be other life out there if life as we know it is still around. So many things have to go right for us to be able to live. So far, we found more than 4,000 exoplanets, which are planets that don't rotate around our sun. We've also found many planets that are similar to Earth. About the same size, shape, and temperature, but there doesn't seem to be anything there. So why haven't we seen life yet if there are so many planets that could have it? Why don't I see any signs? Well, our solar system is just one part of a huge galaxy. Our galaxy has more than 200 billion stars, but that's just one galaxy. We are part of the Local Group, which is a group of 30 galaxies close to us. One of them is Andromeda. That is the one that will crash into our galaxy in about 4.5 billion years. You'll be long gone by then. The Earth will be destroyed soon after that. At this point, the Sun is getting close to the end of its life. It will get bigger, and in the end, it will be bigger than the Earth and shine more than 3,000 times brighter than it does now. But the rest of the galaxy won't even know that our home planet is gone. On a scale of many trillions of years, billions of years are really nothing. But even so, there are things we can see now, when the universe is still young, that will have a big impact on the far future. To put it briefly, the world is getting bigger. This is not a new thing. Many people know this, but many don't know that this growth is getting faster. We don't know why anymore. But we think we know what's going on. Dark power. I made a whole movie about this, so you should go watch it. This dark force is making space and time stretch. We don't know what it's made of or what it will do. We know it's there and can see what it does, but we don't know what it is or what it will do. At least based on what we know now, dark energy will eventually make the time between galaxies stretch faster than the speed of light. Even though the light from galaxies close to us will move toward us as quickly as possible, it won't be enough. We'll never see the light because the space between it and us is getting bigger faster than the light can move through it. It will fill the sky with so many galaxies that we won't be able to see anything when we look around. We'll end up by ourselves. We're stuck in whatever galaxy we're in. But eventually, even our galaxy will start to lose its light. The sun will end up like every other star in the world. In the end, billions and billions of years from now, these lights in the sky will start going out one by one. Without any new stars to keep things going, the universe will get a bit cooler. Depending on how big they are, these dying stars start to change into white dwarfs or neutron stars, which are the last lights in a cold, dark world. This is the last chance for any living thing to stay alive in the universe. But in the end, even these white dwarfs will start to get dimmer billions of years after the last stars, like our sun, die. Some of these neutron stars that move around the universe might accidentally crash into each other, which would be one of the biggest known events in the universe. A supernova. But as soon as these supernovae end, the world goes back to being dark. All of the matter that used to make up the galaxies we see today will start to fall into the black holes that held everything together for so long. The Big Bang, which caused the hottest temperatures physicists have ever seen, has led to the most lifeless from a universe full of light and beauty to a cold, barren wasteland ruled by black holes. There are many dark and cold configurations that are possible. However, the universe has only just started. These black holes will be around for a long time, and what we used to call galaxies with stars, planets, and life will soon just be black holes, and more black holes. Most of the time, this is what the world will be doing. Cold, dark, and by himself. No longer are we talking about millions or billions of years. We are now talking about quadrillions of years. Even these black holes won't be around forever. These black holes will slowly, very slowly, start to disappear because of Hawking radiation. One tiny piece of matter at a time. When all the black holes finally disappear, there will be nothing left in the universe. A world in which nothing ever changes. Where time stops being important. Not one thing. But because of dark energy, space will continue to get bigger and bigger. A force that makes up 70% of the universe but that we still don't fully understand. Matter as we understand it now. The parts of everything you can see it only makes up about 4% of all the things in the world. So maybe, just maybe, we're just a coincidence. We were never meant to get this far, but we still have a part to play today. We are one species living on one world in one galaxy in a part of the universe that is almost impossible to tell apart. Not much would be different whether or not we came to be. Every day, we become less and less important. Until we finally understand that in the big picture, we don't really matter at all, the galaxy we live in could just vanish. It wouldn't make much of a difference. We were born at such a strange time, but it's also kind of special. We know we're just the start, a small part of what the universe could be. But the only way to reach that promise is to make progress right now. It's not too much of a stretch to say that no one else will be like us. Over trillions and trillions of years, there have been random bursts of intelligent life. But now, we're at a point in life where things are possible and possibly the easiest they'll ever be. You only get one chance to do anything you want. Some things you can't get away from, like school and taxes, but other than that, you can pretty much do what you want. If we can't figure out why or how we came to be on this planet or why or how the universe was made, then our role is whatever we want it to be. There are people who do nothing all day but sit around and play games. There are also people who are trying to build multi-billion-dollar companies that will help people travel to other planets. You can be or do anything you want, and you should. As I said, our own goal can be anything we want. Right now, whether good or bad things are happening to you, it's not going to stay that way forever. You have no idea what will happen in the future, and even the most unlikely events can change your life in an instant. Everyone in life has been given a hand they didn't ask for. Some people have better cards than others, but we all have to do the best we can with what we have. There's a chance that we humans will never figure out why everything in the world does what it does. Where else is life? Or are we the odd ones out? There are 100 new questions for every answer. There are an infinite number of ways we could have come to be. But there are also an infinite number of things to do while we try to figure that out. It's time to feed the dogs. You can meet people. There is work to be done in science. So, whatever you do while we figure out where we fit in the universe, at least this universe, try to enjoy it. Because, in the end, it doesn't matter what happens to you, how many times you make mistakes, or how far humanity goes into the unknown. Thanks for watching.